Hello, John Dignan here, Senior Engineer and Founder at AgTester. Real pleased to bring a new product to you today. It's called the SC4, which is a section controller for planters, row units or sections, that was designed at the request of Bill Limkol at Precision Agri-Services. He is a precision dealer, has been for years and been a friend for years. And he sells a lot of precision planting and ag leader products. He wanted a clutch controller that he could sell to farmers that didn't want to go the full-blown clutch system on their planters, but they did have some specific needs. We broke that down into really three different areas. Guys that want to put tram lines in, and tram lines are used to basically stop planting in rows to give the sprayer a line to follow through the spray season. So tram lines was one issue. And small planters, 4 to 8 rows, where again the grower may not want to invest in a complete system, but wants to have that ability to control the planter manually. And the other one was for large planters that they just want to control a few of the outside rows. We see that a lot here in northwestern Ohio, where the fields are all basically squares and rectangles, and we don't have a whole lot of point rows. But with the size of the planters, you've got some pretty substantial overlap that can come up. So those growers may just want to, again, control the outside rows. The request really was to address specifically the ag leader line of clutches, their SureStop and SureVac clutch systems, and they had some issues trying to wire up switches and that type of thing to make it work. Some of these are polarity sensitive, so you've got to have some care there. So we took basically that out of the picture and designed our controller then to work specifically with ag leader, but in reality they'll work with any kind of clutches. The system is simple, and we've got 5 switches on it. There's a master that controls or basically overrides the individuals, and then there's 4 individual section control switches associated with that. When power is applied, the LED, the master LED above the master switch, it turns green. So this is designed to hook to the switched electrical in the tractor cab, or put a switch on it externally. And as soon as power is applied, the clutch system becomes active. With power disconnected, the green light goes out. So we're able then, when the overall scheme of the colorization, green means things are ready to go. Red means the section has been activated, the clutch controller has been activated, which means that row unit is off. So we signal that with left, or with the red LED. When we turn the master switch on, that activates or makes ready all 4 section control switches. Then as we click the switches, you can probably hear in the background we've got some clutches hooked to this. When we activate the clutches, the section status lights turn red. So there's no question at all, when the grower sees red, he knows that row is off, or it certainly should be if the clutch is working properly. And we've built into this, in our cabling, we have an external master that can be hooked to a foot switch, or maybe a rocker switch up on the console, switch on the joystick, you know, maybe even an implement lift switch in some cases. So that lift switch, when we close that switch, that then activates the master. So the master can stay off, and then the sections are controlled from the remote master. Let's take a little closer look at things, and I think you'll have a pretty good feel for it. The SC4 is really a nice clean product that you can offer your grower base to solve these really specific functions. Again, the print on the screen shows that the section status is indicated by green meaning ready, red meaning the sections are turned off. Again, the master switch to the far right is green whenever there's power applied. When we flip the master switch on, the section switches then become active, and whenever a clutch is activated, it turns red to give the grower a real heads up that row or section is in fact off. So real simple for the operators, super simple system to install. The SC4 as an option for dealers really provides a base for a simple clutch or section control system, and we hope to provide a real simple install and operational process for the dealers. The SC4 cab cable kit is a 15-foot long cable that comes out from the display, comes out about a foot, and the connection is there to allow for connection to the remote remote master switch, and then there's a 4-foot pigtail on there to allow you to get to whatever it is you're using for the master switch. And then 5 feet back from the display is the power connection that terminates in a 2-pin DTP connector and then goes out to 3 feet of power to adapt to however you want to handle the plug-ins there. We were asked to make this compatible with the precision planting cabling, and we've got here one of our test units was the 727-135 cable from Precision Planting. Is designed to interface with ag leader clutches, so they're real conveniently marked for each section, and this is really the same type of a section control switch that's used with the True Count air clutches and any other company. So our cable then comes out with a 6-pin weather pack, and real simple, there's the ground, and then sections 1, 2, 3, and 4 that the 72-135 will plug directly into. So this is 15 feet out from the SC4 display. So you got plenty of room to get out of the tractor and to your next connection point. And then as we go out, we were asked real specifically to deal with the ag leader clutches, and what we've been testing with is the Sure Stop clutches from ag leader, which is the geared type system, and then also the clutch for the Sure Vac, which is a solenoid type. So this one here has been a concern for people in the field as they've tried to adapt, where it is polarity sensitive, and if you hook it up backwards, you're going to have some issues there. So we've been, of course, real diligent in ensuring that the cabling we're providing is going to match up. If you're going to use something for interconnect other than this Precision Planting cable, holler at us and we can put together about anything that you'd like. We're just finishing up in the production phase of the first batch of these guys, and they're going to be shipping all spring. So hopefully we'll have product in stock to take care of whatever it is you need at your dealership. The SC4 comes with a RAM mount. It's a RAM 101AU, which is a small ball unit. Real handy for this type of a product, and gives you great mobility in locating it. The idea is the mount itself comes out with a 1/4 inch thread. So this is standard 1/4 inch bolt thread, 1/4 bolt thread, and then we provide a aluminum standoff on it. So you've either got the male thread or the female adapter to get to whatever you want. And we decided not to include a mount in the kit purely because there's just so many different options out there. The suction mounts were real popular over the years. A lot of guys have gotten away from those. There's U-bolts available, and with this kind of a mount arrangement, it's going to be real simple to get it put into any kind of a cab environment. We've had requests from some guys that want to adapt to a larger ball. Simplest way to do that, Ram has balls that have a 1/4 inch thread in them that will allow you to adapt really up to a 2-inch ball if you want to do that. So there's a lot of flexibility in the mounts, but it comes with the Ram 101 AU that I think you'll find is a real nice tool for you. The connection at the back of the unit itself is a 9-pin amp connector, and again there's 15 feet of cable provided to get you out of the cab. So I think you'd have to agree as a dealer, this product really does give you kind of an extra product line to offer the growers that are not prepared to buy the Trimble or Ag Leader or Precision Planting or Deere or whatever. They're not prepared to go that whole route, but they want to get started. I can see, and I was a dealer for 30 years as Agritech, and we sold a lot of Trimble and Ag Leader at the time. Not so much Precision Planting at the time, but we had situations where we were building switch boxes to try to adapt to whatever a grower wanted to accomplish. And boy, you can spend hours doing that at the shop level, and it never really quite looks right. So this thing's been well done, I think, from a construction standpoint. You'll be the judge of that. And hopefully we'll start getting these out to the dealerships. The initial production of these has been 20 units, and about half of those are gone now. So we're gearing up, and they don't take a great deal of time to build. None of the parts in this are real specific, and so we'll be able to meet the product demand that's out there. From the support standpoint, we really made an effort here to make it as foolproof and non-challenging as possible. And the question always arises, what happens when it doesn't work? And what we've done, there's variables, the cabling, the clutches, the display, there's lots of things that cause things to not work. So what I've done with this product is each one of the sections is fused independently at 1 amp. And what that allows us to do then is if there's a short circuit, it's going to pop the fuse on that particular section. The overall is protected at 5 amps. So conceivably we could have a maximum of 4 amps here. But the beautiful part about that is, from a troubleshooting standpoint, we can really make it a no-brainer. So let's take a look at this. When troubleshooting comes up, there is a real simple way to check these things. This, I've pulled the connection. This is at the end of the Precision Planting cable harness. It's marked number 2, so this is section number 2. And right now, the display is signaling that power has been sent out to the clutch. And the simplest way to check that is just put a jumper in there. I'm going to use a pair of tweezers, and if I just touch these two leads together, you'll see the light goes out. It actually popped the internal fuse. As soon as the problem is resolved, power comes back on. So there's no fuses to change, but it becomes a real simple way to diagnose any trouble. Here's the one for section 4. Go ahead and jumper him. Section 4 goes out. There's no damage to anything in the unit at all. And it provides really a 100% check. If we can blow the fuse, if we can pop the fuse by making a connection out there, that really proves that all the cable harnessing is right. And if it's not working then, or if it's shorted when it's plugged into the clutch, then the clutch is in fact shorted. The other thing we've done to protect it is the SC4 is polarity protected. So I can take my power wire, and this happens some when you are first hooking up power. You may be confused as to which one's the plus and the minus. That's always been an issue with the round amp connectors that lots and lots of the tractor people use. When you go to hook up the wires, which one's ground, which one's the hot wire. If it's hooked up backwards, it just doesn't work. Nothing lights up. So, and nothing is damaged. So it won't hurt the clutches, won't hurt the display. And really, for a dealer, it looks good, so the grower's going to like it. It's easy to install, so your technicians are going to like it. The grower's going to like it because it's easy to understand. It's 100% repairable. If anything at all happens, there's a year parts and labor warranty. You get it here and we'll ship it back no charge. But there's it's literally 100% repairable. There's no microprocessors in there, so there's nothing to crash. Yet it's sophisticated enough that it provides the protection you need for the electronics involved, the clutches that you're using, and I think just offers a good all-round simple solution for clutch control. We've got another version of this that is coming along real shortly called the BC4, which is a boom controller, and it's primarily the same thing, but the alerting is different. You want to know when spray booms are off, so the off condition has got to be reflected with the red lights. But otherwise, it's a a simple control system for you. Hope to hear from you. If you have any questions at all, you can reach me on my cell at 419-203-3490, or you can email me at johnd@agtester, and take a minute to look at our website, agtester.com. We'd sure appreciate it. Thanks so much for viewing the video program today. Hope to hear from you.